Hello, I'm Matthew Ong, Advisory Specialist in Nutanix. Today, I'm going to show you how to auto-scale worker nodes in Nutanix Kubernetes Platform. Christmas is coming. Some applications will have a seasonal workload. How can you adjust a different approach to increase your application ability? Option 1 is to use horizontal pod autoscaling in Kubernetes within capacity of the existing worker nodes. If the workload continues to increase, you have the option 2, which will use the cluster autoscaler to scale the worker nodes to the maximum capacity defined in Nutanix Kubernetes Platform. Let's take a look at them. In option 1, horizontal pod autoscaler, there is a metric servers you need to install in the Kubernetes platform. The metric servers will monitor the performance of the existing pods. When it exceeds the metrics, the horizontal pod autoscaler will auto increase the number of pods to cater to the incoming demand. When the load continues to increase and the existing worker nodes is running out of capacity, the cluster autoscaler in Nutanix Kubernetes Platform will provision a new node to cater for the increasing load. Let's take a look at the demo platform. In the demo platform, I have 4 worker nodes. In the 4 worker nodes, I have 1 Apache web server pods and 1 infinite core pods to exert the load to the Apache web server. During the scale up, I will scale out the Apache web server pods to 100. And I will also generate 100 pods to exert load onto the Apache web server. Subsequently, the cluster autoscaler will notice that I am running out of resource and will do a node scale out. I have defined a maximum of autoscaling out to 6 worker nodes. Let's take a look at the demo environment. This is my Nutanix Kubernetes Platform workload. Currently, you can see that the CPU, memory, and disk are not overutilized. Let's take a look at the number of worker nodes right now. You can see that there are 4 worker nodes at this moment. I am going to start to increase the number of pods. Right. Before I increase, let me just take a look. You can see that there is only 1 pod of Apache, 1 pod of infinite cores. Let's start to scale up. So I'm going to scale up a minimum of 100 pods and up to a maximum of 1000 pods, right, with a CPU percent of 50%. As you start to scale up that, you start to see that the pod is starting to get started. Let me scale up my deployment. up to a replica of 100. And you can start to see that the containers are in the mid of creation. You can see that it started to get really busy for the existing worker nodes. See that the container is still in the mid of creation. In fact, you can see that now there are actually 5 worker nodes at this point of time. You can see that another node is now starting to get initialized. And see that again the utilization for the Kubernetes clusters is still very high. Okay, so now you can see that out to a maximum of 6 nodes was serving the request right now. Now let's start to scale down the number of replica to simulate that when the load is low, so now I'm going to stop the infinite calls. I'm going to also scale down the number of Apache pods. You can see the requests have come down, and you can see the number of worker nodes have now reduced to 5. In another few more minutes, it will start to reduce back to 4. Thank you for watching. I see you in the next video.